Hey, everybody. Welcome to the James Arnold Taylor Podcast. It is Season 3, Episode 15. The date is... I don't know what the heck is the date. Oh, May 31st, 2022. 2020, yes. Sometimes you ever say a date and then it doesn't sound right? It sounds like you didn't add enough numbers or something. 2022. Yeah, 2022. Look at that. I am James Arnold Taylor. I am back from a little vacation I took. I'm back from Comic-Con that I was at in Orlando, Florida. It was called MegaCon. And I'm going to share with you some of the adventures and some of the stories and some of the things and the fun things that happened with me and my friends and my family and all of that during that time. So welcome to the show. It's just me in a little padded room talking to myself. That's why the show is called Talking to Myself. But it's not just me. It is all of the wonderful characters on the show that are here with me if I so choose. Ah, see, there it is. So let's bring in Mr. Announcer Guy. Hey, Mr. Announcer Guy.
Yes, James.
How are you?
I'm doing really good. Super cool. How are you?
I'm doing really good, super cool too, my friend. It's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, dude, you were on vacation. Were you sitting on a beach?
Well, we'll get into that. We'll get into that, Mr. Announcer Guy. But it looks as though you have a tan. Did you go on vacation since I wasn't here and you weren't having to do the show?
Yeah, man, always.
Yeah, man, always. Well, so would you like to introduce the show for everybody so we can get to it?
Yeah, dude, it's what I live for. Cue that music, Jerry the Music Man. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, it's the James Arnold Taylor Podcast. Talking to myself, we call it the JATcast, man. On today's show, Jat's gonna tell you about all the fun he's had over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, dude.
Now here he is, the same guy that's doing all the voices you're hearing, including this one, James Arnold Taylor!
Yeah. You've got the pep to your step there, Mr. Announcer Guy.
Yeah, dude, it's been a while.
All right. Well, hey, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming in and introducing the show, as you always do. I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy, busy day as a Mr. Announcer Guy, a guy that announces things. What else are you announcing right now? Anything?
I don't know. Hank wants me to do the intro for his show.
Oh, he's still trying to do a podcast. Hank is our engineer here on the show. Hey, Hank, come on in here. Say hi.
Well, yeah. Let me test the microphone. Hello.
Would you stop that?
Well, just got to test the microphone.
You know, most people go testing 1, 2, test 1, 2, and they don't bang on the microphone.
Yeah, well, most people aren't very smart then. They don't know they don't have the training that I have.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. I'm sure you learned that in engineer training school, to bang on the microphone and go, hello.
Yeah, what else?
Okay. And then there's Billy the intern, and there's Bob, who reads all of our comments and stuff on YouTube and Instagram and all of the social medias and stuff. He's in charge of the social medias. Hey, Bob. Bob.
And dibbity-doo and dibbity-dee. Hello there, James. Yes, it's wonderful to be back here on the show. I'm so glad that you had a good time and you're nice. You've got a little tan yourself.
Well, I got a little tan. I don't tan much. I'm very, Scottish, Irish, English. And so...
and dibbity-dee and dibbity-doo.
But, yeah, I did get a little sun. I have to wear a lot of sunscreen. So Bob, next episode, let's give everybody the little precursor that next episode... not this episode, but next episode, we will be reading some of the comments and things from YouTube and Instagram and Twitter and all of those things. So, and then maybe even some of the reviews on iTunes, the podcast, Apple Podcasts. So if people want to give a 5-star review of the James Arnold Taylor Podcast, go to Apple Podcast, rate the show, give it a 5-star, please. That would be so nice if you did. And then put a little comment in, and maybe, just maybe, it'll get read on the next episode of the show. Because every other episode now, we're trying to kind of do comments and things like that and answer questions and stuff. So that's the way to go, right, Bob?
You said it all just right. I couldn't even said it better myself.
Yeah, no, but at the same time, you did say it yourself.
What?
Because you and me are the same.
I'm very confused.
Yeah, me too. But, welcome to my world. Anyways, let's have some more water. Let's have some water, huh? Oh, that's good water. Hey, you know the rules on the James Arnold Taylor podcast. Big glass of water, nice deep breathing, taking it all in. So much to be thankful for in life. Are you grateful for things? Do you have a list of things that you're grateful for? I sure hope you do. I certainly try to just go through the things I'm grateful for. My family, first off, my friends, my home, my life, all the wonderful things that the Lord has blessed me with. Just so many things to be grateful for in life. Looking outside at trees, going for a walk. I'm telling you, it's the simple things in life that actually really make the biggest differences if we allow them to. If we really kind of allow life to kind of zip past us and take in our surroundings. That's what we call mindfulness. We just try to be mindful here on the James Arnold Taylor podcast. And I'm so grateful. Boy, I'm so grateful for all of the things that I got to experience the last couple of weeks. I was at MegaCon in Orlando, Florida. Had not been to Florida since 2015 when I was the host of Star Wars Weekends for the last time. And it was so great to be back and see so many familiar faces and folks. And, you know, I saw a lot of people that were young people at Star Wars Weekends, and then they grew up. And now they're all taller than me. Everybody gets taller than me. I don't know how that works. I never get any taller. I stopped growing. You know, I don't know. I'm 5'4". I have been about this same height, I think, since I want to say like 14 or 15 years old. I just stopped growing. I didn't get any taller. Everybody else, woo, they kept growing. Not me. That's all right. I like being short, you know? It's kind of fun. But it's weird. Have you ever, now, if you're a tall person or a short person, you ever go to the other direction? Like, so you stand, like if I stand up on things high and I'm like, wow, people that are like 6 foot, whatever, see the world from here. That's crazy. I don't know. Oh, well. But I imagine people that are really tall and then they squat down and are like, wow, how do you all see anything at my height? It's funny. See, again, things to be grateful for and laugh about. But I had a wonderful time at MegaCon Orlando, thanks to the folks there that allowed me to come in last minute. I was a last minute addition, and I was ever so grateful to be there with Matt Lanter and Ashley Eckstein, my co-stars of Star Wars: The Clone Wars, and we just had a great time. You know, it's been a big time, a big couple of weeks for the character of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and let me just say this. So excited for Ewan McGregor to see all of that love. I think, you know, for all these years there, I've been very blessed to be Obi-Wan throughout, you know, all these last 20 years in video games and animation and such. And for him, who has not played the character in like 17 years, to come back and see all of the love people have for it, I think it was really important for him. I think it was really cool for him to see that and for him to be getting all of that. You know, because people have to remember, I would not be associated with Obi-Wan Kenobi at all were it not for Ewan McGregor, because I started voice matching him. So I give all thanks and credit to Ewan McGregor and doing wonderful work there for enhancing the character of Obi-Wan and then allowing me the blessed opportunity to be able to be the character in the ways that I've been. So thanks to him and thanks to the folks at Lucasfilm for all of those years doing that, and thrilled that I still get to be. There was an announcement they made at Star Wars Celebration, I understand, about Lego Summer Vacation that is coming out, and I play Obi-Wan in that. So see, we both get to play the character still, and it's really neat. But it's just, I'm excited for so many people getting to see the show. I have not yet seen the show. You know, I'm one of those people that likes to watch things all the way through. So, but it's probably impossible with all the spoilers out there. But I look forward to seeing what they've done with the character and where they've taken it, because I know nothing. I'm not a part of any of it. I don't have a cameo. A lot of people were asking if I had a cameo. I don't have a cameo in it, but that's okay. You know, it's its own thing and it's its own show, and people are very thrilled about it. And I think it's wonderful that that's been going on. And again, I'm thrilled for him to get back into the robes, so to speak, and say hello there. And I think it was really neat. You know, so many people sending me pictures of them meeting him or having a photo with him. And the funny part is I've never met him. So I think it's fantastic. It's great that everybody's gotten to interact with him in that way. And I hope maybe someday that I could. I did hear he was on live with Ryan and Kelly, or Kelly and Ryan. I don't know what the title of that show is. And he mentioned that he watched some of the Clone Wars, which I was just really honored to hear that he might even watch any of it and hear any of that. But that he was watching old Alec Guinness movies and the prequels and stuff to kind of get the voice back in his head. And I thought that was really cool that he said he also watched some of the Clone Wars. I'm sure to see, probably to see about the Duchess and stuff, I would imagine. And I think that that's really exciting. We'll see where all of it goes in the series. And if they I hope they mention the Duchess, because I'm a huge fan of the character, the Duchess Satine. I'm a huge fan of that arc, that story arc. And I hope they get to, do something there. And also, I'm just a huge fan of Anna Graves, who portrays the Duchess so well in Clone Wars, and had fun. I was at a convention with her not too long ago as well, which was great fun. So many wonderful things happening there, getting to go back out there. I had said I wasn't going to do conventions for a while because I just didn't think anybody would, care. And I know how that sounds. I'm not saying, oh, nobody cares about me. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm just saying is it's like a big deal if James Arnold Taylor shows up at a convention. But what I'm seeing is that people were really happy to see me there. They were thrilled to get their Clone Wars stuff signed by all three of us. And that really is wonderful. And then it's been wonderful for us to hear the stories of so many fans of the show and how they appreciate what we did. And it's wonderful. Look, as an actor, it's always great to be a part of anything, but I never could have imagined as a performer that I'd be involved in so many fantastic franchises like Final Fantasy, Ratchet and Clank, Star Wars, the Clone Wars, being involved in things like the Back to the Future video game, all these things that I grew up with, and loving, Jurassic Park even, and getting to do these characters. And then Johnny Test. It's really been fun to see, all the years that Johnny has been out. I have a lot of Johnny Test fans at the conventions when I've been there, and I say, oh, of course, the voice Obi-Wan Kenobi, and they expect that from me. Oh yeah, okay, he's Obi-Wan, and that's what they've got, the pictures of James Arnold Taylor. They've got a picture of Obi-Wan up there, and I say, but did you know I'm also the voice of Johnny Test? And people's minds, they blow their mind that I've played these other characters. And so it's so fun. That's the beauty of being a voice actor, is that you get to be in this little padded room, talk to yourself, but you get to create these characters and stories and images in people's minds through the sounds that you make. And I think that that's just a wonderful thing. And I love the fact that so many people are recognizing that again now too. That's been a wonderful thing to share throughout my time going to these conventions. So if you have a convention near you that you really like and you're hoping that I would show up, let the folks at that convention know, either through emails to their websites or through their social media and stuff. Say, hey, bring the Clone Wars actors, and we want Matt and Ashley and James and anybody else from Clone Wars. It'd be great to get Dee, and again, it was fun having Anna there, or Catherine Tabor, or any of the folks from the show. It would be wonderful. So just let them know, if you're in a place, because a lot of people are asking, are you going to be at this con or are you going to be at that con? Let those cons know, because see, the way it works is I don't just go to them and say, oh, let me come to your convention. They have to invite me. So that's, was one of the reasons I wasn't at Celebration this year. I wasn't on the invite list, which was fine. They had a lot of people that they had to invite. And look, this was the year of Obi-Wan in a different way. It was again about the series. And so it was wonderful. It was wonderful to see Ashley getting up on stage with Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen. That was so cool, seeing her interview them and getting to meet them and all of that too. And so I was just happy for my friends that were there, and I would have loved to have been there. Hope I'm there next time. But, I'm also just thrilled to see the excitement for the character of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Look, I love the character. I think he's a special character in the world of Star Wars. And I think it's fantastic that we're getting to explore him deeper through the series. And I'm blessed that I got to explore the character deeper as the actor that performed him in the Clone Wars and Rebels and such for all those years. And it was just so fun to get to do that and to be a part of history in that. And that I'm humbled and grateful for. And grateful anytime the phone rings and they ask me to portray Obi-Wan. So thanks to all the folks. I look forward to everybody seeing the Lego Summer Vacation one, because we did that one over this last year. It's voiced it. And man, I think it's funny and fun. The Lego series has just been so great. So many people at the conventions that I've been going to lately have been talking about Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker saga, and how much they've enjoyed that. So it's just been fun. But again, my thanks to Ewan McGregor for allowing me to have so much fun voicing a character that he certainly took on before me and is now taking on again. So I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled to be involved in any of it in any way I can. But thanks to all of that. So much fun. I got to stay at Ashley Eckstein and David Eckstein's home. They were gracious enough to open their doors to me because they live in Florida. They actually live on Disney property. I don't think that that's a secret. She's posted about her house and such, and it is a fantastical place to be and to visit. It is basically Alice in Wonderland, is because, Alice is her favorite Disney character, and the house is like a tea party. It is fantastic in there. And I stayed in the Cinderella room, which was fantastic and just amazing. So it was literally like my experiences hosting Star Wars weekends when I stayed on property at the parks. I'm getting a little water here, sorry. That's good water. Please drink your water, deep breathe. That's your time to do that while you're listening to the James Arnold Taylor podcast. Drink water, deep breathe, while I tell you stories of silly things I get to do. Okay, and so I stayed there at their house. They were so gracious while we were at MegaCon Orlando. The funny thing is so then, and Matt was staying in a nearby hotel with his family because they were doing a whole Disney vacation, and we all then got to get in the car, and either David or Ashley, each day it varied, would then get us in the car and drive us to the convention. And it was so funny because Saturday at MegaCon, it was capacity. I think they had over 100,000 people. It was amazing. So many people getting out there and going to the conventions. It's been great fun and so neat to see everybody there. And we're sitting in this huge traffic jam. And I was just thinking, we were talking wouldn't it be funny if the people next to us in cars were coming to see us and, they're stuck in traffic and we're right there stuck in traffic as well. But Ashley was not driving. David, her husband, was driving. By the way, David Eckstein, one of the most humble people on the planet. This guy is most valuable player, MVP of the World Series. He is an amazing, amazing human being. He is an inspiring human being. And he's, again, one of the most gracious and humble human beings I've ever met. I mean, honestly, what he has achieved in his life and the inspiration he's been to so many people, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people all over the globe for his baseball and for what he's done for the sport of baseball and stuff. And then here he is just driving his wife and her Star Wars friends to a convention. It's so fun to see. But so Ashley was Instagram. We did an Instagram live and we're on there in sitting in traffic trying to get to the convention. And we were late, but so everybody else was late because there was so much traffic getting there. But we just had a blast, and it was so great to meet so many people and to hear so many stories and share laughter and tears and joy. Hearing about how the things that we do as performers have helped people through hard times. Look, like I always say, it's not, I'm the luckiest man in the world to do what I do. And it's not rocket science. I just do some voices and perform and act. Look, I don't just do voices. I am an actor. I'm a character actor, and we're all character actors. Voice acting is real acting, okay? And it's character acting because you become a character. But I also know, just like any actor, anything in showbiz is something that we do as an escape from what's happening in real life and such, to inspire and to move us forward, hopefully. That's what acting should be. That's what performance should be. That's what we all should be doing as performers in the arts, is creating stuff that inspires people to do more with their own lives. And in turn, we do more with our lives and we're inspired as well. And that's what it should be, just like looking at a beautiful piece of art or listening to a beautiful piece of music or reading a beautiful piece of literature. Watching these things, playing these games, interacting with these things should be just something that lifts us up a little, inspires us a little, and gets our own creative juices flowing and helps us through the day. That's what we do as performers. And there's no magical mysticism to it. There's nothing sacred behind it either. We are simply trying to bring a little light to the world. We're just performing for you. So many of us, it started with, in school, like when I was in grade school and doing a play, and then that magic happened and you realize, wow, this is just fun. And it feels good to do, and I'm good at it, and I like doing it, and people seem to like what I do. That's when you're a performer. That's when it comes to life, and that's when it becomes kind of those magical moments. And so I'm just grateful then for the opportunities to now interact at conventions and such, and to hear people's stories of how they were inspired. And then people bring us pieces of art and such, and they show us their art because they were inspired by what we did. And it's that ripple effect. It's that pay it forward effect of that we all do something that makes somebody else happy and we pay that forward. That's been wonderful. It's been wonderful to meet other people that do the same thing, and got to meet Billy Zabka, which is great. He's on Cobra Kai, and that was great thanks to Alex, who was my handler at the con, at MegaCon. Alex, who I had not met before, and he was a great young man that was helping me out and handling, at the booth there when we would do signatures and stuff. And he was like, "Oh, you like Billy? Well, I just was talking with him and I was telling him about you." And he was like, "Oh, he's great." So it was really nice of Alex to do that. So thanks to Alex. And it was wonderful working with him. Hope to get to work with him at other cons as well, too. But really fun stuff. And meeting other folks there and just saying hello there to so many people. It's been great. Everybody always goes, "Will you say it? Will he say hello there?" Oh, of course. Why not? I mean, it's fun. And what would you say when you say hello to somebody anyways? I say hello there. So I say hello there instead. And it makes people smile, and it's fun to see their eyes light up. So it's great fun to say that. And I've just had a fun time meeting people and then doing the photo ops. And Ashley and Matt are so funny with the photo ops, and they do these fun things. And Ashley's always the one coming up with stuff. What should we do? What should we do? And post those on the Instagram and stuff. And it's great fun. So I've just been enjoying it. We've got some more of them coming up. Look, I'm doing one that's a virtual con. That means you can join me from the privacy of your own home. That one is going to be on June 11th. It's coming up in just a little bit. And it's with David Kay, the voice of Clank, because I play the voice of Ratchet for the last, oh my goodness, I think 19 years, almost 20 years now, on about 18 different titles for Ratchet and Clank, the video games. And David Kay and I will be doing a virtual con through GalaxyCon Live. You can go to galaxycon.com and find out more as to how you can participate. We're going to do a free Q&A live, and then we'll be in our respective homes, in our studios, on camera doing that, and they'll be posting this live, and then we'll be doing signatures and private meet and greets and stuff through, like Zoom things where they arrange it all. GalaxyCon puts it all together. God bless them. They're doing wonderful stuff there where they're giving people all over the globe opportunities to meet some of their favorite performers and stuff. And I think that that's just wonderful. So GalaxyCon Live. And go to galaxycon.com, look for Ratchet and Clank. You'll see David Kay and myself doing a live virtual con Saturday, June 11th at 4 p.m. Eastern, which is 1 p.m. Pacific and 3 p.m. Central. And then if you're in another country, it's I don't know what because of the time differences, but look it up and see. But it's 4 p.m. Eastern, June 11th, Saturday, and it's going to be so much fun to talk with my buddy David Kay, Clank. We've had so much fun being a part of Rift Apart, the newest game. It'd be fun if we could get Jennifer Hale on there soon, too. Jennifer does a wonderful job playing Rivet, the female version of Ratchet in the game in an alternate dimension, and it's so cool. And I'm just blessed to be a part of all of that. So grateful to all of those folks. Grateful to GalaxyCon. In fact, the folks at GalaxyCon are going to be hosting us in Raleigh, North Carolina in July. Matt, Ashley, and myself will be there for GalaxyCon, and that is going to be fantastic as well. So check that out. You can find it on social media and stuff, and I've posted about it, and you can find out if you're in that area. Come out and see us. That's been the coolest part. Hearing everybody's stories and getting to interact with everybody and seeing how much all of this, everything from, Johnny Test, Leonardo and TMNT, that's been really cool too. TMNT, the movie that came out in 2007, it has been getting a lot of love from people who grew up watching it. And so that's really fun because, we just had a blast putting TMNT together. And so I love seeing these shows from my past career coming out there and getting, their own stuff. Like I say, Johnny Test, so many people loving Johnny Test and the new seasons of Johnny and the interactive movie that's on Netflix and stuff too. So much fun to see all of that and to interact with all of you and say hello there. And so I appreciate it all. So we had MegaCon Orlando, and then I had a rental car, and I drove the rental car to meet my wife and daughter, who drove our car from our home out to Florida. So we both went to Florida at this spot called Rosemary Beach, and our plan was to finally take a vacation. We've not had a vacation in like 6 years. And we're not big vacationers anyways, and with voiceover, look, I'm so blessed to do what I do. But I always have to kind of have a little sound booth around me somewhere so I can, do my work if I need to. And I built a little booth. If you follow me on Instagram and stuff, you would have seen I built a booth out of the closet in our little hotel room there that we had. And you take the couch cushions and you make a space, and that's what I had to do. And I had a couple of different voiceover sessions that I actually had to do while on vacation, which is not uncommon. And it's one of the reasons why I don't usually vacation, because there's always work to do there. And I'm so grateful for the work anytime I can. But anyway, so we went to this Rosemary Beach. We thought, we'll sit on the beach for a few days or a week and really enjoy. And it rained like nobody's business. It was a storm. There was tornado warnings, and we had literally one day out of a whole week. We had one day of sunshine, and so it was the last day. But that was great. God is good, man. And we had a great time before that. We while it was raining, we played games. We went to a movie. We saw Downton Abbey, which was a lot of fun, and we're big Downton Abbey fans, and so we did that. My wife and my daughter and I, we watched, some TV. Like I say, we played some games. We ate some snacks. We just, laughed and had a good time. And then the one day that it was sunny, we went to the beach and sat on the beach for a few hours. And of course, I don't tan. My wife and daughter both tan, and they got tanned. And it was great to walk on the beach. We got to walk on the beach a couple nights because the rain cleared up the night before the last night too. So we walked on the beach and took some pictures of sunsets and stuff. And so we crammed it all in there. And that was fun because all that was going on while all my friends were, at celebration and doing all of that stuff. I was like, the counterpart of that is I was sitting somewhere quietly contemplating life while they were there surrounded by thousands of people. So I thought it was funny, and while the world talked again about Obi-Wan Kenobi, I thought it was really fun to sit back and watch it all as a viewer instead of a participant. So we had a great time nonetheless, and then got home. And then on Memorial Day, what better way to celebrate Memorial Day? We went and saw Top Gun Maverick. And man, was that a fun movie. I was a big Top Gun fan when I was a kid, because it came out when I was like 16 or 17 years old, I think. Huge Top Gun fan at the time, loved all that, because it's like these airplanes are amazing, and watching them go. And that was the coolest thing. That's the coolest thing about Tom Cruise, man. He does not make a bad movie, and they got in the actual aircraft and flew the actors around. That's so cool. So what you're seeing is really them in the ships and stuff, and that's the spaceships. See, it was like Star Wars. I was like, I don't know if you've seen it, so no spoilers, but this doesn't really give anything away because it's in the trailers and stuff. There's like dog fights and stuff in the planes that are, fantastic and just so real and exciting, and it was a feel-good popcorn movie that just you left going, yeah. And that was just encouraging to see that there's movies like that being made again. I was encouraged by that, so very thrilled and had a fun time. And then you get in the car and you feel like you're in a jet. You're like, well, okay, slow down. Anyways, it was fun. We had a good time there. And this week has just been kind of getting back to life. And, after you have some time off and unpacking and stuff, and then before I get back and hit the road again for Raleigh and maybe some other ones coming up here soon, we'll make more announcements as we find out about different shows. But it's always very exciting to get to do these Comic-Cons with my friends Matt and Ashley. And I'm so grateful and blessed and thankful to the folks at CelebWorks that have been helping us with it. It's been very, very cool, and getting to know all of them and getting to work with them. It's been a lot of fun. And I've got to do my stage show at a lot of these conventions. They've asked me to perform my show. I didn't get to do it in Orlando, which would have been great because so many fans of Star Wars Weekends, where I first kind of did the show, people would have seen it, but I was literally like the day before the show, I was announced as a guest. So it was very last minute. But at some of these other shows, I will be performing my show. I think I might be doing it in Raleigh. I don't know for sure. I'll have to check. So I don't want to speak out of turn. But I know there's some other ones coming up where I will be performing my one-man stage show, which is called Talking to Myself, just like this show. And in that show, I just go through a bunch of voices and I talk about stories about my life as a voice actor. And I really don't try to make it as like, look at me, I'm so great. I'm trying to make it as, look at how one little kid that was like, the pipsqueak in school that did some funny voices has had this wonderfully blessed career and got to do all of these fun things and be involved in some of the biggest movie franchises ever. And all. I'm just humbled. I'm grateful for it. So that's what the show is also an homage to voice actors, because the folks that do what I do, I'm amazed by, from Corey Burton to Jim Cummings, Billy West, Jess Harnell, Rob Paulson, Maurice LaMarche, Cree Summer, Gray Delisle, Tara Strong, Nika Futterman, all of these, folks, Frank Welker, D. Bradley Baker, Tom Kane. I could go on and on and on, naming all these people. And it's my homage to all of them and what we all do as voice actors and performers, and showing that it's more than just talking funny. It's performing and creating characters and animating stories, in ways. And we all are just so fortunate to do it. So that's why I created the show, and that's why I do it. And it's been fun getting to do new versions of it. And I'm working on it still, kind of fine tuning it with the newer versions, updating it a little now, changing up some stuff, and, just getting out there and performing the show again. So that's been a lot of fun. And speaking of a lot of fun, we still have the movie, The Comic Shop, that we're trying to get made here too. And, we'll see. We did our big push to all these different movie companies and tried to get it out there. And now we're kind of on the wait and see what happens. And if we can raise the money to make the movie, because it will cost a little bit of money to do it, because you want to pay everybody, make sure everybody gets paid, especially like camera and lights and all of that stuff. It costs money to do that. So that's where we're at with that, but we're still trying to get it out there and get it made, because it also is my tribute to voice acting and voice actors and what they do, and be a great honor to get that movie made and to just give everybody a little summer fun, hopefully too. And, that we were hoping to shoot it this summer, but maybe next summer, I don't know, or maybe later in the year. It just depends on whenever we get to put the movie together and make it. But we've had a lot of fun working on it thus far, me and my buddy Matthew Buds, and it's just a good time in life right now, as the sun starts coming back out and summer is starting to approach, to step back and look at your life and look at the things that you're grateful for, to be mindful, to breathe in. Deep breathing every morning when you wake up. Do some deep breathing for me, would you? Yeah, just as a favor to old Jat. Do some deep breathing. Drink some water. I'm going to drink some more. That's good water. And be mindful of the moments and the time that you have, and know that everything that is a struggle is there to strengthen you and build you back up and turn you into a stronger person than you were. Excuse me, I had a little tickle in my throat because it's early and I'm still waking up too, and I've got that morning voice.
Hello, yes. Oh, yes, the morning voice. It's more like Mr. Announcer Guy or Jake, the announcer guy.
So, anyways, just a little update on Jat and what's been going on in my life, and how grateful I am to all of you that stick around and listen to the JATcast and listen and take part and comment and thumbs up and like. And please, like I said before, consider giving a 5-star review at Apple Podcasts or any place else that allows that, and give a nice little comment. And we will, on the next episode, we will read some of those comments and such, and it'll be great fun. And we will enjoy doing all of that, because I love hearing from all of you and seeing all of the wonderful stories and such that we get to see and take part in, just by simply being a performer that gets to tell stories with my voice. There's always fun stuff to talk about, always new things coming out. And again, my thanks to everybody that has been so kind, as always, on the internets for me, liking my stuff and following me at JATactor, J-A-T actor, and going to my website, jamesarnoldtaylor.com, and liking my stuff. I appreciate all of that. You consider following me there, subscribing to my YouTube channel where you might be listening to this, and feel free to put a comment there as well. And I just appreciate it. We've got so many videos there on the YouTube channel, and I know a lot of folks have been wanting more, and they certainly want more Clone Wars Conversations. Clone Wars Conversations is one of those shows that it might have just been a one-season thing for me, because it's hard now to get everybody together to do episodes, but we'll see. We'll see. I never got to interview Ashley. I never got to interview Dee or Tom Kane, and so I would, of course, love to interview all of them for Clone Wars Conversations, and maybe someday I will get to do that. I would love that. And if I can, we'll make them as like specials or something. But I do want to put more content out on my YouTube channel, but I'm also working on, the podcast, which is just audio for now, and working on some other things in my life and working on painting and stuff, trying to get back to my painting, which I've not done in a while, and trying to get to that. I'm working on some fun projects, voiceover-wise. A couple have been announced, but most haven't yet. So, hopefully those ones come out. I think they announced Bat Wheels, which is fun, and I get to play the Toy Man in that, which was really cool. That's a new series for kids, and I've been getting to do a lot of the work I've been doing lately is for like preschoolers and stuff, and boy, do I love that. I just love that. So be looking for that, and my buddy Butch Hartman has a new show called The Garden, and I'm blessed to play the character of Lenny on that. My friend Mike Naraki has his show called The Dead Sea Squirrels. Mike was the co-creator of Veggie Tales, and he's created a series of books called The Dead Sea Squirrels, which is really fun and funny. And thanks to my friend Jason Marsden, the wonderfully talented Jason Marsden, got me involved with The Dead Sea Squirrels, and I get to do some voices on that, as well as Butch Hartman's show, The Garden. And there's some other shows coming up soon that will be announced, and I'm excited about all of that, and excited to be working. And these are all like, some of them are, Christian projects, which has been really fun to work on projects that are Christian projects, because, I'm a Christian, and the most important thing to me is trying to live my life for God as a thanksgiving for what He's done for me. As a Christian, I'm grateful for all that I have through His grace and redemption. And so, there you go. Thank you so much. And let's bring in Mr. Announcer Guy to close out the show. Hey, Mr. Announcer Guy!
Oh, yes, James?
Do that legal mumbo-jumbo.
You got it, dude. Talking to Myself, the James Arnold Taylor Podcast is a production of Yumigo Inc., recorded at JAT Studios. Engineered, written, recorded, and produced by, you guessed it, James Arnold Taylor. All voices are parody and should be construed as entertainment only. All music and sound effects used with permissions and licenses through Backtracks, Digital Juice, Production Tracks, and Partners in Rhyme. James Arnold Taylor's Talking to Myself, the Podcast. Copyright 2022, all rights reserved.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, dude.
All right, dude.
Cool, dude.
Whatever, dude.
Right, man.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me here on the James Arnold Taylor Podcast. And we will be doing some more episodes soon, try to, bring in some more characters and such. I know I didn't do a lot of voices here today, but I will do my best to do some more voices in the next episode and bring you some more fun stuff to do. But for now, I just wanted to at least update you all as I kind of get my bearings back into doing some more shows and trying to get back to it, doing episodes again. So here you go. Thanks so much. Here's the big part where I say, goodbye.